What is up, guys? It's the Sound Alchemist here, part of One Mind Syndicate, and today I'm back with
Gershwan.
And today we're bringing back another For the Greater.
This is a video series where we answer the questions left by you, the viewer. If you have a comment for us or a question for us, please comment down below. Put question in front of your question because we get to those questions first. Also, before we get into the questions, we wanted to introduce something that we used to do back in the day with the One Mind Syndicate channel. We want to thank you guys so much for supporting not only the lore videos, but also the Greater Wog and all these other like reviews on the books and stuff like that. So we wanted to do a Patreon subscriber appreciation giveaway.
Yes, this giveaway is to show you guys how much we appreciate you for showing us all the likes, comments, shares, subscriptions, and it's just our way to kind of help fund ourselves and get you guys what you want most.
And we want to give back to you guys in a big way. So we're going to do 4 giveaways for the month of February. Starting off with the first week, giving away, boom, a Primaris Captain. Everybody needs a Primaris Captain. They're pretty good for buffing your units. But we're going to be doing that and choosing somebody from the Patreon page. So if you guys want to support us, it's just $1 a month. But with that $1, you not only support the Greater Wogs, the book reviews, but also the One Mind Syndicate page. So if you guys like those deep dives, the creepypastas, all that cool stuff, you're supporting us in that way. The link is going to be down in the description below.
That's right. So if you've ever been on the fence about whether or not to support us, now's the best time because you guys could win time and time again.
Also, there's only like 40 patrons right now, so your odds are pretty up there. For each $1, you will get a little like drawing or whatever on the thing, and we will announce the winner of the Primaris Captain at the beginning of next week, so Monday, which means that the following Monday there's going to be another prize, and you don't have to subscribe again or anything like that. Every single week we're going to be choosing from the same pool of subscribers, or patrons, I guess they're called.
That's right, guys. So as always, be sure to leave your questions down below because we're always going to be answering them. And as always, head on over to our subscription via Patreon. If you guys want lore, like we said, One Mind Syndicate channel is the place to be.
Yeah. And remember, we're doing this just because we're not monetized on this channel yet. So we want to bring support, and Patreon is the easiest way. So this question comes from Musica Player. What's the best Warhammer 40K game?
Now, when you say game, is he talking about like is it Monopoly?
No,
video Risk?
Game. I'm assuming he's saying video game.
Yeah, because there are Monopoly board games out right now. You can even get a exclusive Titus character if you go to like Target and buy their board game. Yeah. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Let's talk about the best video game when it comes to 40K.
I think hands down, everybody's going to say this, it's Dawn of War.
Yeah, Dawn of War is the OG. Everybody and their mama has played that game because there's been so many expansions. There's been Dawn of War 1, 2, and 3. And even nowadays, people still go back to the original that came out, 20 years ago?
We were kids,
15 years ago?
Fun story. The first Dawn of War came out, and then the other one was Winter Soldier, and then there was another expansion pack that I think brought the Sisters of Battle until we got Dawn of War 3. Dawn of War 3 is the one that kind of ruined it. It didn't become a... what is it called?
It wasn't a real... I mean, it was an RTS. Yeah. But it was more focused on, like... Units, as opposed to, like, making a massive army.
Yeah. But back in the day when we were building, like, huge, massive armies, what we would do is there was 4 of us, and we would all get together and say, are we going to log on and play? And then we'd be like, yeah! So we would freaking go to the house. Each one of us split off. Get online. There was this random dude called Fireweed that would play with us. I think he's from Australia. But we would play, and we would give each other like 10 minutes to build up resources. And for all those that don't know Dawn of War was just basically like one of those, you said RTSs, right? Mm-hmm. So we would give each other like 10 minutes to drop our resources and then battle. Because we felt like that was more authentic to 40K because you bring a list. And then, it would be fun to watch, like, a bunch of scarabs just charge the orcs, and then my Squiggoth is almost prepared and ready, and then send the Squiggoth out there, and it was so much fun.
Yeah, like, just thinking about that, like, oh, I wish we could go back to those times, and we can. Like, the game is still out there. It's not like the servers shut down, which just shows you that, like, this game has stood the test of time. Because if you look at the newer stuff, we can't forget about Space Marine 2.
Yeah.
That kind of blew the doors open and invited a huge modern audience to 40K. People that knew like Mass Effect, Halo, they were jumping into this game and were like, hey, like this is pretty badass. Let me dive into the lore of like what these Space Marines are. Why is there a flying baby with like cybernetics? Like it was just a way to introduce too many people into this new IP, and I think they did very well.
Yeah. Space Marine 2 did a fantastic job, I think.
Yeah.
Even for the lore enthusiasts like us, to just see a fucking Primaris Dreadnought break through a wall and kill a traitor Dreadnought. What are they called?
Hellbrutes.
Yeah. Just like shooting him in the mouth.
Yeah.
Mouth thing. I thought that was so cool. And then to see the cinematic trailer with Marnius Calgar jumping off and being like, I'm going to save the day. It was awesome.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I can't wait to see what Space Marine 3 brings. And I think that's the interesting thing about 40K, where, like, you don't know exactly what they're going to drop. Like, I don't know about you guys, if you remember a game called Fire Warrior.
Yeah.
Like, why would you put out a Tau game in the middle of nowhere? And it actually did pretty good. Like, it's a very enjoyable, first-person shooter with like the flavor of 40K sprinkled on there. Does it make sense that a single Tau warrior can do the things that you're doing in this game? No, but it's still badass.
Yeah, what was interesting about Fire Warrior on that topic is that, there was one Fire Warrior killing Chaos Space Marines. That doesn't happen in the lore.
No, Terminator after Terminator, like...
Yeah, no. But what was interesting about that is that it gave me headaches. Like the old Rograt PlayStation game.
Yeah, I think that was part of, like, you got headaches because you were playing as a Tau, not because of, like, the graphics.
Yeah, exactly. Because you would do the little, like, get stuck on the wall and then, like, glitch and shoot your little plasma gun. Is it plasma?
Yeah, pulse rifle, yeah, plasma.
Other than that, what games do you think have, like, really made an impact in 40K?
I'm not sure if this made an impact, but I know it's something that people often recommend, and it's like the phone games. Like if you're playing Tacticus, or I think there's another one called Warp Forge or something like that. They're basically card games or like tactile games. And it's not like game breaking, and it's not like, oh my God, this is the newest thing, you have to jump on this. But it is something where, like, if you got a free 5 minutes or 10 minutes, you can get a game in and just have that dose of 40K injected into your veins, without having to play the video games or play the actual, tabletop game.
And what I think is interesting is that the people who are playing these games on the phone are individuals who don't really know the IP but are being introduced, and then later on they're like, you know what, maybe I will start or collect the starter set and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's fun to see that in the comment section of just like, before we had a bunch of book readers because Black Library was really big, and now we have a bunch of people who play these tiny phone games. And then they're like, yeah, we want to know what the Space Marines are and what's the deal with the Sisters of Battle, you horn dogs. But yeah.
Definitely. But now let's not say that every game is good. Like, I still remember Deathwing, I believe that was the name of the game that came out.
For the Space Hulk thing?
Yeah, you're like, you're Dark Angels, you're in a Space Hulk, you're fighting against Tyranids. Like, I bought that game, super hyped for it. I played a couple missions, and it was just so repetitive, and it was not good at all.
Yeah, those are games that really sell you on the IP and not really sell you on the gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
Space Marine 1, did you ever feel like it was a button smasher?
I think at one point, yes, but like you got into the game knowing it was going to be that. Like, you're just going to fight hordes of orcs, and you're going to love every minute of it, whether you're playing for the first 2 hours or you're like 10 hours into the game. Like, you know what you're in for, so you better like what you're doing.
Has Space Marine 2 improved on that, do you feel?
Yeah, I think so. It doesn't really feel that monotonous unless you're like playing offline and you don't have like friends to join you. Then the missions can get very like it's just like a slog to go through. Because like I feel a lot of people with Space Marine 2 say that like there's not enough content to like keep me going. Like the game gets boring after a while because you've done everything. And it's like lately all they give you are new skins, and they just up the difficulty levels. Where you had like hard mode and now they have lethal mode. It's still the same game. Now it just takes more bullets to bring down like the Tyranids. So it's not really that crazy.
Yeah. But those are our choices for the top games. Let us know what you think down in the comment section below. I know there's a lot we didn't mention, especially with the orcs, because they had like a Speed Freak kind of like Crash Bandicoot, or no, what was it called? Crash Team Racing kind of thing.
Crash Team Racing, yeah.
Never played it, but it looked cool. Or no, it was even like, what's the old PlayStation game with like Metalhead or something?
Oh yeah, it's like
Ice Cream or
yeah,
something. Yeah,
there's like a clown mask, hair on fire, racing. You're shooting things up.
Yeah.
That's basically what it is.
We haven't played it, but it seems kind of cool.
Also, Bolt Gun. If you're into like the old school Doom games, that's the exact same thing.
Yeah. So there's stuff around.
Dark Tide.
Dark Tide was another big one.
Yeah.
Cinematics for that is awesome. Did we ever? Or
I never played it. No.
And then next question comes from the big one. I ate one of those convenience store hot dogs the other day, and I think it gave me ringworm or something because my downstairs cheeks are itching like crazy. What do you think the cure is for this terrible affliction? I've had ringworm before because you have that in your elementary school or no, middle school gym class session thing or whatever it's called. It's like a block. And I got ringworm from the mats. And ringworm does not get on your cheeks. So I would go to a doctor. Check that out.
Yeah, definitely look up the symptoms because you might have something worse.
Maybe a spider bite. That's what I thought mine was for a while. And then one day in the cafeteria, one of the security guards comes up to me and he's like, "What's on your neck?" It's like, "It's a spider bite." And then she goes, "I don't think it is." And she sends me to the nurse. And I'm out of school for a week trying to put ointment on this fucking worm that's wriggling around my neck. But yeah. And those were the questions for today. If you guys have more questions for us, please comment down below. Don't forget about the Patreon subscriber appreciation giveaway. If you guys want to win this awesome Primaris captain, we will announce the winner next week.
That's right, guys. So again, thank you for all the love, all the support, and don't forget, you could be the winner. So as always, it's been the Sound Alchemist here with
Gershwan.
And we are out.
Oh, I used to put my